Hi, good morning, friends. Welcome back for another Teacher Breeze Circle Time. Let's start with our hello song. Let's sing hello, hello. Let's sing hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Let's sing hello, hello. Let's wave hello, hello. Let's wave hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Let's wave hello, hello. Get ready to clap. Let's clap hello, hello. Let's clap hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Let's clap hello, hello. All right. Thank you for doing the hello song with me. You were following along and doing the same actions. I hope you were singing too. We are talking about weather this week. And so, remember, yesterday we charted the weather. So today we're going to chart the weather. And I have a different days of the week song for you. So I'm going to sing that first so we can talk about what day of the week is it, right? Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. What day is it today? I heard Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. So yesterday was Monday. So Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday. It's Tuesday! And Tuesday starts with T. T says t, t, t. Can you guys practice that? T, t, t. Tuesday. Can you guys say Tuesday? Oh, good job. Today is Tuesday and we need to look outside. Here, I'm going to move my camera around to look out there and see behind me. I wonder what it is out your window. Out my window, it is very sunny. Yay, the sun is out today. So what do I need to draw on the weather chart? Do I draw snow? No. Do I draw wind? No. Do I draw rain? No. I need to draw sun. That's right. And yesterday when I drew a sun, it was yellow. The color yellow. And today I'm going to use yellow to draw another sun. And do you remember what shape I used to draw my sun? That's right, it was a circle. So I am going to use a circle. I'm going to start at the top and go around and stop to make my circle. I'm not going to keep going and going. I'm just going to go around and stop. And I'm going to put out my sun rays, just little lines all the way around my sun. And there's a little bit of clouds out there too. So I could draw a cloud as well, but what we call that is partly sunny. So I'm going to write that on here. Partly sunny. So yesterday was Monday. Yesterday was sunny and windy and cloudy. So it was kind of partly sunny also yesterday. Today is Tuesday and it is partly sunny out there, but I'm so excited that the sun is out today. It's beautiful outside. I just watered my flowers and I'm so excited to learn about weather with you today. Today we're going to read a book called Weather Words and What They Mean by Gail Gibbons. She has lots of good books. This book is published by Scholastic, and they are giving me permission to read books during the school closure. So these are some different weather words. Hot. Oh, when the sun is out, it can get hot. thunder and lightning. Ooh, that can be kind of scary. And snow, which we had a little bit this year. Okay, let's see. The weather changes from day to day outside. Weather words explain what the weather is like outside. Look, it's sunny. I need my boots. It's raining. It's beginning to snow. The weather forecast is fair today. Fair means okay or pretty, it means kind of good. It sure is hot and humid. That means it's hot and kind of sticky outside. Temperature. The weather is made up of temperature, air pressure, and how much moisture is in the air and how fast the wind is moving. Oh, so we're going to learn a little bit about some of those things. So moisture in the air comes from the water that evaporates from the ocean. That means when the ocean gets hot, the water turns in to a kind of a vapor that goes up into the air that collects in the clouds then or around in the air, and it makes it so it can make it kind of humid like we talked about, or sticky. Wind is motion. It is the air in motion, so it's when the air is moving. Temperature, the temperature goes up and it goes down. When the sun rises in the morning, the air becomes warmer and the temperature goes up. When the sun sets in the evening, the air becomes cooler and the temperature goes down. So you notice like at nighttime, it's colder, and during the day, it can be warmer. The temperature also changes with the seasons. In the summer, the sun is high in the sky. The days are warm and longer. In the winter, the sun is low in the sky and the days are cold and shorter. So you've been noticing it stays light later outside, and that is because it's spring. And so we are getting more sun, and the sun is getting higher into the sky so that it will be a longer day. Moisture. The amount of moisture in the air is called humidity. Warm air has more moisture in it than cold air. So usually during the summer we get some more humidity, but really we don't get a lot of humidity where we live. That happens a lot like down south or on the east coast of the United States, like in Florida and things. At night, when the air cools down, it can't hold as much moisture. The moisture that forms on the ground is called dew. So sometimes you go outside in the morning and the ground is wet, but it didn't rain. It's called dew. It's the moisture in the air settles on the ground. If the temperature goes below freezing, the dew freezes and it's called frost. We had some frost on our playground at school sometimes, and we would go out and play with it, and it was cold out there. So moisture makes clouds too. When the water evaporates from the rivers, lakes, and ocean, it's called vapor. It moves up with the warm air and forms little drops of water or ice crystals, and a cloud is formed. Clouds come in all shapes and sizes. So when the clouds come down and they're close to the Earth's surface, it's called fog. Rain forms inside rain clouds. The water vapor that evaporates from below forms tiny water droplets. And then the tiny water droplets form together and become bigger drops. And then when it gets heavy enough, it rains. That's pretty cool. So the water evaporates up, it holds in the clouds, and then here it comes down. Rain comes down in different ways. It can drizzle, so like little raindrops. It can shower, that means it's just short amounts of raindrops. It can just do normal rain, or it can rainstorm. That is when there are strong winds and lots of rain at the same time. Sometimes there are floods when it rains for a long time, and you have like lots of puddles and things can flood. And then there are thunderstorms. Thunderstorms can be scary. Lots of tiny drops of water whip around inside the cloud at very high speeds, and they rub and they bump against each other and they make electricity. And then when enough electricity builds up, it bursts through the cloud and flashes. This is called lightning. Lightning is very hot. It heats the air around it, and that hot air expands, and boom! It makes a loud noise called thunder. Ooh, I like thunder and lightning. But then look what can happen after the rain comes. Everyone likes looking at a rainbow. This may happen when it is raining or just after the rain stops. When the sunbeams shine through the drops of rain, the light breaks up into 7 colors and a rainbow appears. Sometimes in the winter it snows. Snow crystals form when the water freezes inside the clouds. So it used to be rain and then it freezes and it makes snow. When the snow crystals join together, they become snowflakes. When they are heavy enough, they fall. That's when we get a snowfall. Snow falls on the earth in different ways. You can have flurries, that's when it does lightly. Sleet, which is when snow melts a little bit. You can have snow, just regular snow. You can have a blizzard, which is a really heavy snowstorm. Or you could just have a snowstorm, is when a lot of snow falls. It can be windy. Sometimes it hails. Inside the cloud, ice crystals are tossed up and down. Water vapor freezes into ice crystals in layers, and when they become heavy enough, they fall as hailstones. We got hail, I think that was a couple weeks ago. We got some hail and the little ice pellets were falling out of the sky. That was pretty fun to watch. And then there's wind. Remember yesterday it was windy. It was windy outside and the trees were blowing. Wind happens when warm air moves up and cooler air moves in to replace it. Warm and cool temperatures affect the wind speed and direction. Wind direction is where the wind comes from because it can come from different ways. When wind blows with more and more force, a windstorm develops. There are many kinds of windstorms. Often they cause damage. So sometimes trees can fall, or there could be a hurricane and that makes a lot of damage, and then it can blow water and make lots of problems, or tornadoes that spin around and they can pick up things. We don't have as much of that here, although we did have one in Port Orchard a couple years ago. The many combinations of temperature, air pressure, moisture, and wind create different kinds of weather. A big area of weather that is the same is called an air mass. The boundary between two air masses is called a front. This boundary is where the weather changes. So sometimes they talk about a front is coming in. You might hear that on the weather if you're watching them do the weather. The weather is hardly ever the same from day to day. That's why it's so interesting. And you know what? In Washington and in our area, it's hardly ever the same even the next minute. Like I just told you how sunny it was, and now the sun's going behind a cloud, and who knows, it might be rainy by the end of today. So this might say, you might say, let's go swimming, it's hot. And then, oh, the next day it could be, brr, it's cold outside. And that is all about weather. So maybe you want to watch a weather forecast on the news, and maybe you'll hear some of those words like fronts or some of those different weather things like rain and wind and sun and all those different things. You could watch that with your family. I wanted to sing a song about sun with you. So if you could get your arms up like this, we're gonna do this first. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you, please come out so we can play with you. Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. I hope you sang that song with me, and I hope you had fun during the circle time. That was a lot of information. Maybe you can go try and drawing a sunshine with a cloud for today. I hope you're charting the weather at home too, so that you can get a chance to count it and do it with your family. I loved that you joined me for circle time, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.